My name is Christine Lloyd, and I am the Science and Engineering Liaison for the Worcester Public Schools here in Worcester, Massachusetts. Not Worcester, but Worcester. This video is going to serve as my reflection for the ISTE certification process in 2020. So first, let me tell you a little bit about the district that I serve. Worcester Public Schools here in Worcester, Massachusetts is a public school district. We are an urban city. We serve roughly 25,000 students in the year 2019-2020. You can see that we are blessed to have an amazingly diverse community that we serve. So one of the things that makes it difficult to teach, being a diverse background, also makes it so that we have the benefit of learning from so many students. In my role as the Science and Engineering Liaison, I work with the Office of Curriculum and Professional Learning, the OCPL office we call it. And in that office, what my role is to be able to support teachers in order to reach students using curriculum development, professional development, providing curriculum, and curating resources, and helping teachers to take these resources and then bring them into the classroom. So when I think about my students in Worcester Public Schools, they are definitely the teachers here. And what we do is I serve the science teachers. In middle school and high school, of course, the science teachers would have their own areas. But then in elementary school, we have 42 elementary schools. In our elementary schools, some of the schools decide to departmentalize and some don't. So I serve teachers that both teach all content areas and have to meet in their science time, as well as just teach science in primary and intermediate elementary school. Again, also in middle and high school. This is where I would really say that ISTE has changed the way that I have thought about what I'm going to provide in these Atlas resources. It is no longer just going to be the 5E lesson plan. It is also going to include TPAC and SAMR and how to effectively integrate technology into our resources and not just provide a list. So when I think about how my practice has changed using the ISTE standards, this is definitely one way where I plan on revamping our Atlas curriculum for science. So another way that I think my practice has changed through the ISTE standards is through the collaboration. So using the ISTE process as I went through the certification, I really tried to hone in on how am I communicating with my students who are teachers and how am I allowing them to collaborate and communicate with each other. When I think of what I am particularly proud of are the evidence of relationships that I was able to build between myself and colleagues and the colleagues with each other. You can see that in this space, teachers were able to communicate and start dialogue with each other on different resources about how to incorporate technology successfully into the classrooms as we went into remote learning and what that integration meant. Not only was I able to communicate with them and be part of the dialogue, but then they were also able to vertically and horizontally across our 7 high schools, across our 4 middle schools, across our 44 elementary schools. Moving forward, I really want to focus on how are we going to be able to provide these resources and allow students to use these resources with as much equity as is possible. And I think it's interesting because when my time with Teach for America, our vision there was that every student deserves the right to an excellent education. And I still truly believe that. And I think that with the ISTE certification process, I am able to now see that not only do they have the right to an excellent education, but that education needs to also involve the equity with access and use of different digital components. And so one of the things I've done is I've joined the Techquity Committee, and I plan on taking that further this year with Annie Cohn and really thinking about how are we going to get all stakeholders involved to jump on this and be able to share with our students, not just the digital platforms, not just the actual devices, not just the internet access, but how do they leverage this digital learning, be able to make their future brighter. I say this knowing that I come from a family where I'm the first person that graduated from high school, definitely the first person in my family to go to college. And now here I am getting an ISTE certification, hopefully, with 2 master's degrees working in a large urban district in an administrative role. I know that education is the key. I know that having equal access, it's about their future. And I believe that this ISTE certification process will allow us to provide greater access for our students. And I look forward to hearing from you.